Hello BookTube. For this Tag Tuesday, I'm going to be doing two tags. The first tag is the Victorian Literature Tag. The tag was created by the various booktubers who originated out of October, and I saw the tag on Skellydandling about the books, and I will leave a link to her video down below. Question number 1. The first piece of Victorian literature you read. I want to say it was A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. When I was about 7, 8, 9-ish, maybe 10, my dad and my kindest stepmother bought for me, my brother, although since I'm the more bookish of the, well, I'm the bookish sibling, but they bought us a small collection of great illustrated classics, which included A Tale of Two Cities, Jungle Book, Treasure Island, and Hunchback of Notre Dame, and I think a few others. And I remember reading A Tale of Two Cities on several occasions before, like I was 8, 9, all in an afternoon, and absolutely loving it. Even though, of course, it's also very haunting and sad because of the end. I mean, it's been ages since I've read it. And I don't have any of those books anymore, but I would say A Tale of Two Cities is more than likely the first piece of Victorian literature I've read. It could also have been The Adventure of the Blue Carbuncle by Arthur Conan Doyle. I think I read that, and a few of the other Sherlock Holmes stories around the same time, but I'm also thinking those might have been later. Number 2. What's your favorite Victorian novel? I'm going to go with maybe North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell, or King Solomon's Mines by H. Rider Haggard. One of the two. Number 3. Who is your favorite Victorian author? I'm going to go with Alfred Lord Tennyson. I think he's my favorite. Although I think maybe if I read more of Elizabeth Gaskell, she might take the top spot. I'm woefully underread in Victorian literature outside of course classwork. Brit Lit, English Lit 2, or I did take a Victorian literature class as an early graduate student, but yeah, that's a whole thing, and we're not going to get into that. And I read a bit of there too. Anyway, number 4. Your favorite Victorian literary couple? Holmes and Watson! Sherlock Holmes and, thinking on John Watson, I think. I think are my, I'm going to go with that. Although, Vinci, I think, Leo Vinci and Asha from Sheep could also be in the running, but maybe not. That one's a bit more of a toxic relationship than Holmes and Watson. Number 5. Your favorite Victorian villain? Gagula or Gagul from King Solomon's Mines. Another good option is Godfrey Abel White from the Moonstone. I think he's a thoroughly loathsome character. And of course, there's also Professor Moriarty. And the Red Queen, not the Red Queen, the Queen of Hearts. She's a hoot too. Okay. Number 6. Your favorite book where someone dies of consumption. I honestly don't remember any Victorian books, novels, or anything that had somebody die of consumption. Anyway, moving on. Number 7. The longest Victorian novel you've read. I want to say that would be Bleak House by Charles Dickens. 8. A Victorian author or book you feel is underrated. H. Rider Haggard. I think definitely would count. I'm not as well read in the Victorian literature as I would be, and I think when I wrap this up, I'll make a note that I do want to try to pick up more Victorian literature, make a note to read more Victorian literature more widely, even outside of October. Number 9. The most beautiful edition of a Victorian classic you have. I used to have an edition of the Alice books by Lewis Carroll. That was this big hardcover, gorgeous hardcover. I want to say it was probably like a Barnes & Noble Classic edition. That was just gorgeous, and I don't have it anymore. And currently in my possession, not one of them really looks all that appetizing. I mean, maybe the works of H. Rider Haggard I have, but that's a fairly battered copy. Even though it is from, I think, the 20s. And without a dust jacket. If they even had dust jackets at the time. 10. The 3 unread Victorian books you want to try. The Mill on the Floss. Also Middlemarch. Middlemarch I'd go with. So Middlemarch, The Way We Live Now, and Vanity Fair. Number 11. Favorite Bronte novel. As I've only read one Bronte novel, it will be Jane Eyre. Favorite Dickens novel. Bleak House. Although, again, I haven't read much Dickens, but Bleak House. I really did love Bleak House. Favorite 13. Favorite Hardy novel. I've never read Hardy. Number 14. Favorite Gaskell novel. North and South, as I've only ever read North and South. 15. Favorite Trollope novel. I've never read Trollope. So clearly, I need to work a lot. I mean, like I said, I really need to make a point to read Victorian literature and read more of it than what I have. And hopefully, maybe in a few years, I can come back to this tag and have some better answers as I'm more educated, more read in Victorian literature. And I think that might be a goal I have for 2021. So originally, when I was thinking about doing Victober this year, before I decided to just have 2 months of nonfiction, what I wanted to do was pick up like a novel, a collection of short stories, or a collection of poetry, a work of nonfiction, a work of drama, and read that over the month. but then I don't really have much in the way of Victorian literature in my collection. I have like the Alice books, H. Rider Haggard, the Moonstone, Lady Audley's Secret, small omnibus of Wilde's work. I think that is about it that I have. So, yeah, that's all I have. So, I need to collect more. And I think that is something and I didn't quite have the time to do it this year, but I think definitely next year I'm going to make a note to try to beef up my Victorian lit collection one way or another. And then hopefully I will not only read, not only participate in Victober next year, but also read Victorian literature throughout the year. So I think that's a good starting point for some bookish resolutions, which I'll get to either like the last days of this year or my first video of 2021 would be a bookish resolutions video, if not making up a tag. But anyway, that's about it for this tag, except for I really need to read more Victorian lit. And I will see you in a few with another tag. So until then, BookTuber, thank you. Have a great afternoon and stay safe.